Hello and welcome, Gorilla Training 6. Oh yeah, my name's Doug and I'm telling you, don't quit. That is the Gorilla Training for today. Do not quit. Oh, how many times have we quit without getting the reward? I have a program called Destiny Planning. And it's all about setting goals and achieving goals. And what happens? So years ago, I wrote a book, Make Life Say Yes. It's about achieving goals, with a workbook called 3-Minute Miracle, which is all about achieving goals. And as I was putting it together, I figured out, oh, this is what happens when we're out doing things. And lots of times, we give up way too soon. So I love Winston Churchill's thing, never give up. So I'm like, never give up, instead level up, right? Take your life to the next level. And if you're taking your life to the next level, you can't give up. Don't give up. You're gonna give up on yourself? You never give up on yourself. You never give up. You never, ever give up in creating your remarkable life. Nope, not ever. So with that being said, how do we not give up then? Because sometimes, man, we just cannot see how this is going. And most of the time we give up because it's a lack of vision. Now, if it's a lack of vision, then it's a lack of belief in who we are. If it's a lack of belief in who we are, that means down in our gut, we don't really know who we are. And that means when we made a decision, remember back few videos, one of our Gorilla trainings is make a decision. That means our decision wasn't as strong with the commitment that was needed. So somewhere there's some things that are going off. But as you never give up, as you have fortitude, as you create the ability to keep moving forward, even if everybody is against you. Now, years ago, I love these stories. Years ago, in a land not so far away, but I was going through a lawsuit and I was being sued. And in negotiations, I had written some checks in good faith, given them to the person that I was negotiating with. The negotiations fell apart. They processed the checks, which came to the tune of about $15,000. But the negotiations fell apart, so I called my bank and put a stop payment on them. And they sued me for that. And in the course of being sued for that, I went to my attorney, who was helping with all the negotiations and what was going on. And we were trying to negotiate with their attorney. Well, they turned it over to a prosecuting attorney. At least in Idaho, if you turn it over to a prosecuting attorney, they take it over. And now my lawsuit was with the prosecuting attorney and not necessarily the people. And I remember talking to my attorney, and he said, this is pretty convoluted in with the negotiations and what we're doing. And the attorney said, maybe you should do a plea. And I was like, whoa, hold on a second. Time. What do you mean do a plea? And he said, you plead guilty. So it's illegal in the state of Idaho, which it is in all states, is to write checks that cash and don't clear. But in this case, they didn't clear because I called the bank. And so the people didn't like that, obviously. But I wasn't going to give them that kind of money without having the contract signed. And he said, maybe you should plea. And I said, plea? He said, yeah, you plead guilty, and then so you might have to, pay some money to them. You might have to do whatever the judge says to reconcile what you did. And I was like, no, time out. Number one is I'm innocent. I'm not pleading to something that I didn't do. And number two is I'm not done negotiating here. I'm not finished with this. And he's like, yeah, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I said, it doesn't matter. I'm moving forward with this. I am not quitting on this. And he tried. He says, no, you really need to consider. I said, no, you need to get to work because we're going to finish this. We are not quitting. At the end of the story, the judge threw the case out because he said, this isn't a justice type thing. And we need to settle this outside on our own between our attorneys. And so we did. We settled. I paid no fines, no penalties. and I didn't renew the contract. But I did build 2 or 3 other buildings and had different contracts with others, so it worked out. My whole point of that story is that through that, people were telling me, you shouldn't be doing that. Maybe this would be an easier way. Why are you putting yourself through all of this? But I didn't quit. Never quit. Quit is not in my vocabulary. I do not quit. And again, in decisions, I know that things change. We can alter our course a little bit. We want to keep on track. I understand sometimes that we need to make some slight changes, but you never quit. You never quit moving towards your goal. If you're leveling up, like in our Level Up 14-day challenge, if you're leveling up, you never quit. Because I look at it as if I'm quitting on myself. If I'm going to quit on myself, then everybody will quit on me. If I can't keep myself moving forward, then how is anybody else not going to quit on me, right? And so in this lesson, it's like never quit. So once you have tracked what you're doing and you have your plan and you've made the decision, this is where commitment comes in. And you've made the decision, so now you're going to level up with our 14-day challenge. You're going to level up and you have all this in place. And you need to go find a quiet place and you need to get so committed to yourself that you will never, ever quit. You will not quit. You will level up. In other words, you will take your life to the next level. You will create that remarkable life. You will do these things. Doesn't mean you can't change the course a little bit to adjust to make sure you're still going where you need to go. Just like an airplane going from California to New York, adjusting that 1%. But you never, ever give up. You level up. Okay. That's all I have on this one, but it is an important one. Never, ever give up. And that comes to resolve inside of you. That comes to commitment to who you are. That comes commitment to your vision. That becomes a commitment to you, which then reflects to everybody else. So until the next time, level up.